country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. From inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Gonna run it. It's Osborne. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Dropping back, it's Freeman. Quarterback moving. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more room. The tag. Touchdown, Gamecocks. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick 6 early, put yourself in a hole, not good.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The give on the option. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on third down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
From the gun, running back on the move. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got his man out of the backfield. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
It's complete to the left. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Back to pass, it's Freeman. He wants it all. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. He might want another play. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Smashes through the tackle. Across the 25, he's got room. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, South Carolina!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's going for the big play. He's got it inside the 30. Racing down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Moving away from pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. And they get him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Looking for a man, it's Freeman. To grab, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
NC State a lot of freedom to do anything here on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away
defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell that he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offensive quarterback find one, they could hurt you. You saw it right there on the crossing.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Arizona State is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to LSU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Fires complete on the crosser. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. He'll set up to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build.
So much for the wet ball drill. Couldn't hang on to it and muffed it. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. See how the D reacts. Using his legs, it's Osborne. Past the first down marker and still running. Turning it on. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Blasted as he lets it go. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gets open down the middle. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of...
Looking deep down the right side. That ball is intercepted at the goal line.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, NC State.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air, it's Freeman. On the run, still looking. The throw. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
He's going for a big play downfield. Pulls it in on the left. Running free. The 20. He's at the... And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, NC State. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, the running back has it. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Swings it out to the flat. Powers through the defender. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Be a turnover.
And they'll take over.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about it as a defensive player. But, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They've got a third down and manageable from right around midfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Gamecocks are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Looking to throw, it's Freeman. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got enough for the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The short hands, it's Osborne. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Using the quick game. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. What a disappointment. No good. Had a chance to make this lead 20, but we're still sitting on a 17.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Bland. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Freeman. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
South Carolina, 21.
The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
Carolina Gamecocks will take over first and 10.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
That's caught. It's Bland. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Use the play fake, now to throw. Right on the money. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. It's a draw. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Gamecocks will line it up on first and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
The lost yardage leaves them with second and 11. Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Now facing a third and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Motion from the wideout. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. Oh, and he missed it. No good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10.
31, South Carolina, 21.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here, get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this team needs more of that, man. Like, this is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now the play fake. Sends it downfield. And it's picked off right at the goal line. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The give from the gun. Slithers into space. Turning it on! Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. They go to the ground. Gets it past the marker. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll try the run. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Tight end now in motion. They'll run play action. Here's a heat. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his tight end. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
To the air, it's Freeman. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Now looking to throw back to the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Quarterback may change this route. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it on the outside. Breaks away on the left. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Wants to throw again. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Trying to barrel in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
NC State offense will take over first and 10.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 45 on his way. Oh, he's some space. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end.
It's so difficult when you're running a pass play, but really it becomes a run because he can do that. The quarterback can scramble around. Receivers are running down the field. I got to cover him and run down the field. Now I got to come try to catch this guy who's flying downhill so fast. The angles don't work. He's too athletic. That's why you get a big gain.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
If they can pick up a yard here on second down, that might put this one in the books. Wide receiver comes in motion. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Texas A&M is in serious trouble right now. I'm not sure some folks won't be asking for a refund on their NIL investment. A putrid performance in College Station.
Number 13, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24.
Gamecocks will take over first and 10.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. He wants to change this route. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got his man on the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. I know you want to take what the defense gives you, but at this point you have to push the ball downfield a little more, David.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Check the football down. That's what they're going to give you, but we need scores. Down multiple scores. Got to push the ball down the field, take more chances.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws. Oh, it's picked off. Bringing it back.
But man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate. Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Gives it on the option. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win a ranked win who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.